right, so we are subtracting integers today. We are never gonna subtract. We are always going to use the additive inverse, okay? We talked about the additive inverse the other day when we talked about opposites. Remember the problems like -7 plus 7? They canceled each other out, and we said in our notes the other day that those are additive inverses. So if you look at what's the additive inverse of 3? What's the additive inverse of 3? Gabby? How many of you agree it's -3? Okay. All right, so what is the additive inverse or the opposite of -7? Berkeley?
7.
Yep. What about -4? What's the additive inverse or the opposite? 4. Okay, how often do we do subtraction? Never. And this only works for subtraction. We are going to do what's called keep, change, opposite. And that works with only what?
Subtraction.
Only subtraction. Do I do it with addition? No. Only with what?
Subtraction.
Everybody? Subtraction. Okay, so go ahead and write down the directions. It says subtract. I think in the homework it's going to say find the difference. But what does the word difference mean in math? Subtraction. It might also say evaluate. So write down number 1. Number 1 is 4 minus 1. This is about the only time that you could actually leave it as subtraction because it's the bigger number minus the smaller number, isn't it? Everybody knows that answer in their head. What is it? 3. I'm going to show you how we're going to do these problems because we're getting into negatives. It's called keep, change, opposite. Is it a subtraction problem? Yep. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep, every time you have a subtraction problem, put KCO over the top of it. Keep, change, opposite. Keep, change, opposite. That means don't touch the first number. No touching. Keep it. So drop it down as 4. Change means change subtraction to addition. We're going to be using the additive inverse. What is the opposite of 1? -1. Now we're back to the rules that we did on Thursday and Friday of last week. So what is 4 plus -1?
3.
3. Okay? That one's easy. Look at number 2. Did you write down number 2? It says -3 minus 1. I want to ask you, is this a subtraction problem?
Nope.
Is it?
But
You guys, number 2, does it say minus?
yes.
So is it subtraction?
No.
Is it subtraction?
Yes.
Do we ever do subtraction?
No.
What are we going to use? Keep, change, opposite. So put KCO on top of it. Don't touch the first one. Keep it. -3. We're going to change subtraction to addition. And then again, what is the opposite of 1? -1. So now from the rules from last week, I don't care how you think of it, -3 plus -1. Raise your hand and tell me what you get for the answer. What do you get, Landon?
-4.
-4. How many of you got -4? Okay. Write down number 3. -10 minus 21. Is this a subtraction problem?
No. Yes.
Do we do subtraction? No. What do we do, class? Keep, change, opposite. Bring down your -10. Don't touch it. Change subtraction to addition. And what is the opposite of 21, Jada? Now we're back to last week. So figure out for me what negative 10 plus negative 21 is. How many of you got negative 31? Okay. Look at number 4. Negative 2 minus negative 4. This is a subtraction problem and we don't do subtraction. Correct?
Yep.
Keep, change, opposite. Drop down the negative 2. Change subtraction to addition. What is the opposite of negative 4? Aiden? 4. So from last week, tell me, what is negative 2 plus 4? What do you get, Samuel?
2.
2. Number 5. Is this subtraction?
Yes.
What do we do? Keep, change, opposite. So tell me what this becomes. What does this become? Berkeley?
5 plus 2.
Yep, which is?
7.
5 plus 2 is 7. I want you to do 6, 7, and 8 for me. All right, look at number 9. It says negative 13 minus 4 plus 6. Notice that this is more than one operation, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are there any parentheses?
Nope.
Exponents? Multiplying and dividing?
Nope.
Adding and subtracting?
Yep.
Can we use the commutative property here? No, because commutative property doesn't work for subtraction, right? How many subtraction signs do you see on number 9?
1.
1. How many times are we going to do keep, change, opposite? Once. So we're going to keep this, change subtraction, make this the opposite. So it's going to be negative 13 plus, what's the opposite of 4? Drop down your plus 6. Now we're back to the problems from last week. I don't care which ones you do first, but I think it's easier to add the negatives together first. So I'm going to underline those. Negative 13 plus negative 4. What do you get, Callie? Negative 17. Drop down your plus 6. What is negative 17 plus 6? Well, if you look on the number line, if you're down at negative 17 and you're adding 6, you're getting closer to 0. What are we really doing to those two? Yep. So what do we get, Berkeley?
Negative 9.
Try again. 17 minus 6.
Negative 1.
Negative 11. There you go. Some of your problems are going to have 2 subtraction signs in them. You do keep, change, opposite twice. Okay? Let's change number 10. Let's make this like this. Let's make it 8 minus 21 minus 9. Let's do it like that, okay? How many subtraction problems do you see here?
2.
How many times are we going to do keep, change, opposite?
Twice.
Twice. So you're going to put KCO. Keep, change, opposite, but next to the opposite, you're going to use a K again. Keep, change, opposite. The 8 drops down. Change subtraction to addition. What is the opposite of 21?
Negative 21.
Write down negative 21. Now we keep this one. Change subtraction to addition. What's the opposite of 9? Negative 9. How many of you would rather add these negatives together first? Okay, Nevaeh, what do you get when you add those together?
Negative 30.
Okay, 8 plus negative 30. Aren't we really subtracting?
Yes.
30 minus 8 is 22, correct?
Yes.
take the sign of the 30, which is
Negative.
negative 22. Okay, we're going to be evaluating. It says, go ahead and write this down. Evaluate when x equals negative 3 and negative 6 and y equals 3. So go ahead and write down these directions. It says evaluate when x equals negative 3, or why am I saying that? X equals negative 6 and y equals 3. You guys can read, right?
Yeah.
All right, good, because I'm just not having the best day today. If you look at number 11, it says x minus 11. We are evaluating it. Do we know what x is equal to? Yep, we do, don't we? It is equal to negative 6. So all I'm going to do is write down negative 6 minus 11. Negative 6 minus 11. This is subtraction. We don't do subtraction. We're going to keep, change, opposite. So it becomes negative 6 plus negative 11. And the answer to that is negative 17. Number 12 says the absolute value of y minus x. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep these bars in here. We're going to substitute 3 in for y minus x, which is negative 6. Make sure you have that in parentheses so you don't lose your sign. This is a subtraction problem. We do not want to do subtraction. We're going to keep, change, opposite. We have to work inside the bars. Do you see how the problem is inside the absolute value bars? We got to figure that out first. So keep the bars. We're going to do 3, change subtraction to addition. Opposite of negative 6 is?
6.
So finish out what's inside. What's 3 plus 6?
9.
So it is saying the absolute value of 9, which is equal to?
9.
Yep. Do you have to show that work? Yep. Okay, now one last problem here. Write this down. Write down number 13. Okay, so I make you guys show your work, correct?
Yep.
Logically, can you tell me, is this going to be a positive answer or a negative answer?
A positive.
It's positive because the temperature is going
Up.
up. When it asks you for what is the increase, this works for elevation, temperature, whatever. You always take the end temperature or elevation and you subtract the starting temperature or elevation. Do you have to show work? Okay, did you write that down? End minus start. Where did the temperature end? What are they telling you it ended at? What temperature? Minus, where did it start?
Negative 3. I'm at 33.
Negative 33. Perfect. End minus start. This is subtraction. Do we keep subtraction? We're going to keep, change, opposite. We have 50 plus, what is the opposite of negative 33?
33.
And 50 plus 33 is?
83.
So it's an 83 degree Fahrenheit difference.